So I was reading. You may see it in the logical formation. This is the logical formation. Now again, let's see about these axioms. First axiom number 1: for every rational being suppositum x, if x is set to qualify under the designation Ben Elohim, then it is necessary followed that x enjoys a condition of functional proximity unto God. This proximity denotes not essence, neither essence nor hypostasis, but nearness in role, favor, and divine commission. And again, I have written it in the logical form, and I'm not going to read this logical form. You may read it yourself. Axiom 2: for every being x or suppositum, whensoever x is accounted Son of God, it must be the case that x is marked by the righteousness and moral rectitude. This title is ethical rather than ontological, essential, or hypostatic. Again, I have written it in the logical form. Perhaps some may think that I cannot read these logical forms, so I will try to read as an example. For all x, bracket begins, curve bracket, Son of God, x implies righteousness, x, bracket close. Axiom 3: for every being suppositum x, if x bears the appellation Son of God, then x is thereby bound in the obedience to covenant. The sonship is therefore covenantal and conventional. Now again, I will try to read the fourth axiom, and the fourth axiom is very important. For every rational being suppositum, the designation Aved, that means Abd or slave, Hashem, Aved Hashem, slave of God, holds greater functional and scriptural dignity than the derivative title Son of God. So a slave of God is higher in rank than the Son of God in these terms. So for all, and again I have written it in the form of in a logical symbolic form, and this is a particular symbol, and it is explained as follows. You may read it face to face. Now, nota bene, this shows that the possibility that some minor denomination in Judaism or some minor Jewish denomination declared Ezra as Son of God due to his reforms and contributions disputing from the mainstream of Judaism. This is the very important point. And they use the title Son of God for Ezra but not for Moses. And it may be noted that there are that a number of people may be called Son of God in Jewish sense, in Tanakhic sense, and certainly not in Christological sense. They are used in non-Christological sense. Okay, but the Moses is far more higher, is higher than these people who are called sons of God. But Moses is not himself called so. Why Moses is not called as Son of God? Because Son of God is a lesser title and a slave of God is a higher title. Nowadays there is a tendency to call slave as a servant, and this is a sophistication. However, it exactly means slave of God. It does not mean servant of God. So in the era of when Jewish denominations were in Arabia, some may have tried to argue that if a person satisfies such and such conditions, he may be called son of God. Now, Ezra is a proper choice for them because they were living in a situation or in the circumstances that they had to face Christians who called Jesus or Jesus as Son of God, and the polytheists who may have called angels as daughter of God and other perhaps as Son of God, and they may have also faced Samaritans who were against Ezra. And this possibility is that in order to combat these opponents, they called Ezra as son of God. And later, this thing developed in them, calling Ezra as son of God. However, there is no evidence that such people, if they called son of God, they believed in the same sense. They used the word son of God in the very same Jewish sense and Tanakhic sense, but not in the sense of a hypostasis. So, not in the ontological sense. However, in Islam, it is shirk to call someone as son of God, even in the this sense. No one no one is related to God with this term. This metaphor, the use of such metaphors is also a shirk. So shirk is far more problematic than idolatry, and Islam condemns it. So in terms of the term, it is condemned. So perhaps this will help to clarify why some minor religious denomination drifted from the mainstream. This is the thing, but they were not illogical. This is not illogical. For example, if you call someone as son of God for someone satisfies some conditions or belongs to a group of people which is termed as sons of God, then another person who satisfies the same condition may be called son of God by some minor Jewish denomination, uh, and the mainstream might have rejected such terms. They may have opined that to call someone as son of God, or a group as sons of God require scriptural support, not conjectures and reasonings. This is the possible problem. Hope that this might have solved some confusions.